So today, we are making what is considered to be one of the most popular seafood tapas dishes that hail from all of Spain. We're talking una fritura de pescado. And let me tell you, this is a dish that you'll find served at so many different tapas bars and restaurants throughout the Iberian Peninsula, but it's most popular in the beautiful province of Malaga, which is located in the region of Andalusia. Folks, not only is this recipe super easy to make, but it's packed with a ton of flavors, done in under 30 minutes, and if you serve the seafood tapas dish next to a crunchy baguette and a nice cold beer, you're gonna have yourself an instant trip to beautiful España. This video is sponsored by Tienda.com. You know that Tienda is an online superstore focusing on selling all things Spain for your home and kitchen, and they've been around since 1996. And like I always tell you, they have such an amazing selection of Spanish artisan ingredients like queso manchego, the famous jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, Marcona almonds, olives, the beautiful canned seafood from Spain, and all the spices you need to make all your favorite Spanish recipes, among so many other ingredients. And let me tell you, when it comes to cookware, they have an amazing selection of authentic Spanish paella pans that range in size from 2 servings all the way up to 50 servings, and they even offer classic grilling systems. That way you can always perfectly cook your paella. Folks, visit Tienda.com, let them know Albert from Spain on Fork sent you there, and make sure to use coupon code ONAFORK during checkout for 10% off your order. Alright, let's begin by grabbing a large fry pan, heating it with a medium to medium high heat. On a dial from 0 to 10, that would be about a 7. And we'll add in 2 cups of sunflower oil, which is 480 milliliters. To make this dish, you can use other types of oil. Just make sure that it's neutral in flavor and that it's got a high smoking point. While the oil is heating, let's start getting our seafood ready. For this recipe, I'm going to be using 2 cod fillets, 2 clean tubes of squid, and about 16 raw jumbo shrimp that have been peeled and deveined. Now all the seafood that I'm using, I bought frozen and thawed out, so it's very important to pat it completely dry with paper towels to remove any of the excess water in the fish. And let me tell you, to make this seafood tapas dish, you can use whatever type of seafood you like. Just prep it and cook it in the exact same way. Then we'll cut the cod fillets into bite-sized pieces and cut the tubes of squid into rings that are 1/2 inch thick, which is about 1 1/4 centimeters. For the next step, I'm going to add in some all-purpose flour into a large bowl. I'm going to add in about 1 cup, which is 120 grams. And we'll season it with a kiss of sea salt and whisk it together. Then we'll add in the pieces of cod and gently mix them around until they're well coated in the flour. Once all the pieces of cod are coated, I like to add them into a fine sieve and give it a gentle mix to remove any of the excess flour. And we'll do the exact same thing with the squid rings and with the shrimp. Once all the seafood has been coated, let's move back to the fry pan. At this point, that oil should be nice and hot. It's been heating for about 10 minutes. For the first seafood item we're going to cook is the cod, as it's the one that takes the longest to cook. I'm going to gently add the pieces of cod into the pan, and then gently mix them around. That way they're all in a single layer. And we're going to fry the pieces of cod between 3 to 4 minutes, or until they're golden fried all around. Once the pieces of cod are golden fried, I'm going to remove them from the fry pan, shaking off any of the excess oil and transferring them over a wire rack with some paper towels underneath. And let me tell you, you can keep the seafood warm while you're cooking the rest of the seafood by either covering it with some foil paper or adding it into a preheated oven at its slowest setting. For the next seafood item to fry, we're going to be cooking the squid rings. Once again, I'm going to gently add them into the pan and gently move them around. That way they're all in a single layer, just as best as you can. And we're going to fry the squid rings between 2 to 3 minutes, or until they're golden fried all around. And for the final ingredient to fry, we have the shrimp. Once again, make sure to gently add them into the hot pan and mix them around. That way they're all in a single layer. And for the shrimp, we're gonna go between 1 to 2 minutes or until they're golden fried. Once all the seafood has been fried, let's start assembling our dish. Before we do that, I'm gonna drain the oil into a fine sieve with a bowl underneath. This is gonna clean up that oil, that way you can use it on future recipes. To assemble the dish, I'm gonna start adding the fried fish into a platter, and I like to add all the fried fish together in sections instead of mixing it together, as it gives this dish a beautiful presentation. Then we'll season the seafood with a kiss of sea salt and garnish it with a couple lemon wedges and some fresh parsley. Check it out, our Fritura de Pescado is done. A beautiful Spanish seafood tapas dish. Incredible presentation, absolutely easy to make, and the best part, done in under 30 minutes. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, una fritura de pescado, one of the most popular seafood tapas dishes in all of Spain. Here we go. Absolutely delicious, and still nice and warm. Light and crispy in the outside, and the fish just melts in your mouth. Once again, folks, super easy to make, done in about 30 minutes. Serve this next to a crunchy baguette, like I told you at the beginning, and a couple beers, and you're gonna have yourself the best moment of your day. Really quick before I go, shout out to a couple of my patrons, Clarence Bolin, Martin Giddings, Aravinda Garimea, Robert Manahan, and Linda Bufano. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way we can get notified every time I release new content, but most importantly, to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.